Hello, and welcome to this lesson where we're going to look at the areas of composite shapes. So a composite shape is just any shape made up of other shapes. So here we have a weird looking shape, but it's actually made up of a few ones that we're familiar with. Now we could divide it into, we have a triangle, and a square, and if we found the area of these shapes, which we know how to find the area of, we can then just add them together and we get the area of the big and unfamiliar shape. So I'm going to show you some examples and then give you a few to do for yourself. So for this one, we're asked to find the area of ABCDE, which is just this whole shape here. And you go from A, B, C, D, E. Now, to do this, we can break it into a triangle and a rectangle. Now we need to find the area of these two smaller shapes, which we know how to do, and then we can add them up and it's a lot easier to work out. So our area of ABCDE equals the area of our triangle plus the area of our rectangle. So remember, a triangle is half base times height. A rectangle is just base times height, or length, base times length. So we then go here, we substitute in our values. For our triangle, our base is 4, so we go half of 4 times the height. So the height of this whole shape is 10. We need to minus the base, which is the rectangle, so we know that the perpendicular height of this triangle is going to be 7 centimeters, or 7, we're not given units, so by 7. Now we have to add our area of the rectangle, which is 3 times 4. So then we can solve this, and it eventually should come down to 26 square units. So here we found the area of this triangle, and then added the area of the rectangle to get the final area of the entire shape. Oops. This time we have a similar question, except we're going to have to take away this area that's been cut out. So we're going to end up with something like the area equals the area of the parallelogram minus the area of, and that's a square of the square. So we go A equals, and the area of a parallelogram is just base times height, minus the area of the square, and we'll call these S, this is base and this is height, minus S squared. So we get A equals 12 times 6 minus 3 times 3. So A is going to equal 72 minus 9. So we're going to end up with 63 centimeters squared. So we took our parallelogram, the area of our parallelogram, and took away the area of our square. Okay, so this time you find the area of the composite shape and try to break it into smaller shapes to help you with it. Alright, in case you couldn't work it out, there are the shapes inside of our composite shape. We have a rectangle and a triangle. So our area is going to be the sum of those two areas. So the rectangle and the triangle. So first we'll find the area of the rectangle. That's just going to be base times height, which is 3 times 11. So you're going to get 33 millimeters squared. Square millimeters. The area of the triangle is half base times height, and note the base height here is different to the base height here because it's a different base and different height. These numbers are different. So we get half of 4 times 10, which is going to give us 20 millimeters squared. So then the total area is these two added together, so 33 plus 20. So we're going to end up with 53 square millimeters. Alright, now have a go at this one, and this should be centimeters. Okay, so here we have a parallelogram, and we're going to take the triangle away from it. So area is area of the para minus the area of the triangle. So area of the parallelogram is going to be base times perpendicular height, which is 8 times 10, so 80 square centimeters. The area of our triangle is going to be half base height, so it's going to be half of 6 times 6, which is going to be 18 square centimeters. Now our total area is the area of our parallelogram minus the area of our triangle. So we're going to end up with a final area of 62 centimeters squared. So I hope that lesson's made sense. If you have any questions, please bring them to me. Thanks.